In my family, help only ever went in one direction, and it was never toward me. My whole life I was told I would never be as good as my brother, and for years I believed that if I just worked hard enough, one day they would finally see me differently. From the time I was a teenager, I understood the rules. While I got my first job at 16 and paid for what I needed myself, my brother Jason was given a car at 18, an apartment a few years later, and money to start a business after his first 2 ideas failed. No one ever asked him to earn any of it, and the whole time I was told to be more like him, to look at how easily everything came to him, as if his easy life proved that I was the one doing something wrong. So I worked harder than anyone I knew. I got the highest grades in my school. I finished university with honors, and I trained for years to become a doctor. I became an oncologist, well known across our whole region, and I spent my days helping people through the scariest moments of their lives. I was proud of that work, and I had built all of it on my own. But none of it ever seemed to matter at home. At every family dinner, I would mention something from my work, a patient I had helped, or an award I had been given, and the conversation would move past it in seconds. Yet when Jason bought a new car, or talked about some business deal that may or may not have been real, the whole table lit up with pride. I could save a life on a Tuesday and still feel by Sunday dinner like the child who just hadn't turned out as well as her brother. Then, years later, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. The strangest part was how calm she stayed. She wasn't afraid, because she had a daughter who was a famous oncologist, a daughter who would rush in, pull every string, and make the problem go away. All at once, the career they had spent years brushing aside became the most important thing in the family. And my phone started ringing and would not stop. For the first time in my life, all of them wanted me, but only because of what I could do for them. And I found that I couldn't make myself answer the phone. A quiet war started inside me. Part of me wanted to forgive everything and help, the way I always had. Another part, one I had buried for years, wanted to treat them the way they had treated me. While I sat with that, the calls turned angry. They said I was ungrateful, that I was heartless, that no real daughter would ever hesitate the way I was. And the whole time, my brother never once went to see our mother, because he assumed his sister would take care of it, since that kind of thing was women's work. In the end, I made my choice, and it had nothing to do with what any of them deserved. I chose to help my mother, because helping people was who I was, and because I would not let them turn me into the kind of person they had always been. I used everything I knew to get her to the right doctors and the best care, and I stayed close enough to make sure she came through it. She survived, and once she was well again, quietly, without a single speech about it, I stepped out of all their lives for good. They had spent my whole life telling me I was not as good as my brother. In the end, I was the one who saved my mother, and the one who finally chose to save myself. For years, I had waited for them to be proud of me. I stopped waiting the day I realized I was already proud of myself. I still wonder if my mother ever understood what it cost me to help her. Would things have been any different if they had given me even a little of what they gave my brother? And if your family had treated you the same way, would you have picked up the phone?